Recording in progress. Hello, everybody, or whoever's watching the video. I'm going to use this video to explain to you guys what your phase one should look like. It is Thursday, so I'm going to submit this right after I make it, or post it right after I make it, so you guys will still have time to double check with that. What else is like essential to really say? I mean, you can email me, of course, right? That's already been noted. You can email me with your current phase one progress to see if it's good or whatnot. But I am right now going to over what your wireframes, okay, should be like, okay? What the requirements are to make a good wireframe. The reason I'm putting quotes, by the way, around this word wireframe is because I want to let you guys know wireframes, or like for this course, we're using this word wireframe, right? And, you know, honestly, there's a couple other words like throughout this course that you guys will, it's something that if you say it to somebody outside of York University, ECS 1012, even if they're in computer science, they might not know what you're talking about at all, okay? Wireframes, you could call them designs, right? You could call it like a blueprint kind of, right? At the end of the day, you are drawing or you're designing, you're showing visually, right? Through a simple design, right? Because these are lo-fi meaning low quality, low fidelity. You're drawing or creating a low quality design of what you want your application to look like. And you detail every, bit of it, right? If we're doing website applications, right? So if your website has like a home page, an about us page, the main application page, a login page, or whatever, right? Those are 4 so far. That means that I need to have at least 4 web page designs figured out and put onto paper or onto the computer, onto a simple design page. You understand? So you need to show what it's supposed to look like. It doesn't have to be fully detailed. Again, low quality, meaning not everything has to be detailed. If there's a paragraph on your page that says a bunch of, about us, for example, you don't have to actually write the whole, this is how we started the company, blah, 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 right? Those details are unimportant in your low quality, lo-fi wireframes. This is actually a useful thing in, planning an application, because if you and or your team are trying to figure out what you want your application to look like, how you want it to work, right? Which also does, I'm talking about how you want it to work in the sense of how it actually looks like, where you have buttons on the screen, what a certain button does, right? Planning things out like that. It's useful to have low quality, because if you say, you know what, we don't like this anymore. We don't, you know what, let's shift this thing onto the top right of the screen. And if we shift that thing, something else has to move around. The whole page has to change or whatnot, right? You can very quickly draw another low quality design of that page modified. It's going to take you a longer period of time to make the higher quality one. So what you should be doing, it's just a reasonable thing. It's not like a real world requirement, is that you make low quality designs. And when you're ready to go forward with that type of design, you start creating better quality ones, right? This is just like it just kind of makes sense. I want to make it clear that there's some things in the course like that and flowcharts, okay, that if you say these things to people, even if they are in the computer science field, they might not know what you're talking about. But if you can demonstrate these abilities, it's useful, okay? So yeah, I think I kind of explained what wireframes are for, and also just that word and other things like that. Like, don't worry about the specifics of wireframe, blah, blah, blah. Okay? It's not important, honestly. In 1012 it is, but yeah. Okay, so now what do we do for a wireframe? Okay. I'm going to actually use that example I talked about a second ago. I might feel a little bit more comfortable. What was the thing I said a second ago? I said, if your website has like a homepage, by the way, I know the camera is shaking like crazy. It's because, yeah, don't worry. Okay, it's like unstable. Okay, homepage, about us, main application page. I'll explain what that means. Like maybe like in game, like if you're making a game, it could be in game. If you have like a dictionary, it could be like the specific page dictionary. It's we got like a home page, an about us page, a main application page. And the fourth thing I said was like a login page. Okay, maybe you have a login. You don't have to have these things, right? These are not requirements. It's just that this application I'm going to make has a home page, an about us page, a main app page, and a login page. So far, like so I know about so far. I'm going to use a specific example actually too. Okay, let's say I'm making the mini database thing. Okay. By the way, I'm going to make a tutorial video about the mini database thing too. I think that would be pretty useful. I'll explain that momentarily because yeah, I'll explain that at the very end of this video. Let me just remember. Fully, but I'm gonna explain, what to do about that because you basically shouldn't be worrying about that database part about it, about your project, for like another 2 weeks. Okay. Anyhow, so my app, I kind of know it should have a home page, it should have an about us page, a main app page, and a login page. Right. This is the we're gonna be doing a mini database example. So let's say mini database, and it's gonna be about sports. Okay, like sports. So like you can, just going off the top of my head, like maybe on this website you can search up a couple of sports like soccer, basketball, baseball, things like that. So like a specific list of them that we end up making, and you can see when these sports were like when they were created or wherever they originated from. Maybe their progress through the years, like how they've developed, right? In whatever aspects, kind of like a Wikipedia type thing, right? So like a little bit of a Wikipedia type thing for sports specifically. But you know what? It's not really Wikipedia. We're gonna have a nicer little interface. I have a little bit of an idea of what I want to do. Now this super unstable thing, I have to actually take it off there for a second and just draw some stuff with this touch screen. Ooh, so useful. I found use for it randomly, magically. Okay. So what do I want a page to look like? Okay, we have these four things right here. I'll draw it on the same thing. So I'm gonna draw right away. Make it a little bigger, I guess, so I can allow for some detail. Let me do this on a new page. I had 4 pages there, right? That was my plan. If I end up making more, I'll add them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw 4 web pages, right? Like all my web pages are gonna be the same size. When you go on Google Chrome and you go to a new tab, it's the same size. Your screen doesn't change size, right? So we're gonna make the 4 of them the same size. Now, what do we want again? We wanted notice what I'm doing? If you need to add titles to these things. Okay, I'm adding a home page. This one we're gonna do it as the main app page. And instead of main app page, this is specifically a dictionary thing, right? So home page, I know what I'm gonna do here. Let's just do it one at a time. Oh shoot, I need to plug this thing into charge. 1 second. How long is this video? I don't want to make these things too long. Oh well. It is what it is, It is what it is. I can imagine some people are gonna be fast forwarding this video. Okay. No, I shouldn't make too many jokes. All right. Okay. I don't think my email's there, right? Okay. We got the home page. So look, these 3 things that I did so far, kind of useless. I'm not gonna lie. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, but whatever. We got the home page. What do I want my home page to be like? Well, I'll show you right now. Right. What I want my home page to look like is I want there to be, let's say 3 sports. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3. There's gonna be a title in the application. This homepage title right here, this is the title of my design. What I want on my actual website is I want this to say like the name of the app, like my app, my project title. Okay, not team name, not personally. I'm just gonna do project title here. So like sports, let's not, I'm not gonna go into creating things right now. Okay, iSports. Oh, 2002, this would have gone crazy. Oh, wait, no, 2012. All right, iSports, okay? I want there to be 3 buttons. I want there to be soccer, basketball, and let's not have too much fun with this. Okay, let's just go golf. Okay, there's 3 buttons. I don't really want these things to be like super misaligned from the center. Even though I'm doing an example right now, I will make it, good. So here's my title, iSports. I want the title to look a little bit bigger. It's not too important if I detail it as such, as so. But for my thing, I feel like doing it, right? So, okay, iSports all of a sudden there. Maybe can I bold? I can't control B. Boom. Title of the page, 3 buttons. You can't really see that they're buttons yet. I mean, I know they're buttons, right? My team or whoever, they know they're buttons because I've literally said it out loud. But we're going to end up showing that these are buttons in a moment, okay? So let's draw one more page before I explain to you the 3rd requirement, okay? Because we've done 2 so far. One requirement is having everything on one page. So I have all my designs on this one singular page right here. You'll see the reason in a moment. It connects to reason number 3 or requirement number 3. So number 1, they're all on the same page. Number 2, I have titles to these things, okay? Number 3, it's low quality. Actually, there's 4 requirements, let's say, which is detailed in the phase 1 or phase 0 document thing, okay? Or phase 1, yeah. So it's like low quality here. We got titles to each of these. That is necessary, okay? All of them are on the same page, and I've drawn out the details of my page, and it's low quality-ish, okay? Now I'll do one more page here. I have home page, and then I have main application page, which was just for the sake of explaining to you guys what you need to do. But what I mean by main application page for this project, let's say, is I need, when I click one of these buttons, I want it to detail like a Wikipedia kind of that thing, right? So let's call it maybe specific. 1 second. This video is too long, but it's so weird because I'm like doing necessary explaining. Anyways, specific ages, specific sport click. Okay, it's not whatever. It's pretty bad to fill, but it is what it is. Okay, it's not bad because you know what it is. All right. So specific sport click. What do I want that to look like? Okay, maybe here we'll have specific sport. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a little box around this. So right here, it's kind of be like text of that specific sport. So if I click soccer, this page is going to show soccer right there. That should be kind of understandable. If it's not too clear, in your opinion, then what you can do is you can have a little line like this, an annotation, and write some text. Blah, blah. No, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, what else do I want on that page? Let's start out with just, let's put a big description right here. I used the word description. So right here, I could literally just do this, a bunch of lines, which shows that there is text. Okay. And then I could have an arrow coming to it and be like, right here, text again, be like, this is the of you could do this. You could do this, or so that's like a product, right? Or what you could do, it's up to you, is you could, and I think this is a good thing for you guys to get into the video, is let's delete that. Let's delete that. Let's go over here and let's just literally write in, this is a general description of how you works right here. So that works too. And I kind of like this a bit more, personally. This is what I'm trying to say. An important thing here is that I said personally this looks good. What is a wireframe? What is this design thing? Why are we doing it? You're trying to draw out your pages, okay, the possible web page states in some sense of your application, so that someone can look at this, and someone that's going to program it can see this. Specifically, someone that's going to program it is why you're using it, right? You could use this kind of blueprint type of thing to maybe sell a product to somebody, right? Hey, I have a solution for your problem here, like with your sales and stuff like that. Here is, I've created a design of what I can make your application look like. Do you have any suggestions? Would you like some things changed for your convenience of like this solution to your business, right? That type of thing. That is something you could create this kind of design for. But what you guys are doing it for is we're creating this design so we know how to program the page. Like we know we need 3 buttons on here, yada yada. Okay. So it's all about, it's your personal preference. You can design this thing however you want. It just has to be clear what is going on. Okay. And these specific requirements, which I'll explain in a moment after I do one more thing right here. I have the specific sport written, which shouldn't say blah, 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 blah there. Let's actually make it good. That's unnecessary to be honest. So whatever, we'll leave that. And then here we're gonna say, here it's gonna be like, not stats. Stats, I guess. Stats about the sport. Stats about the sport. Facts. Stats, whatever. Origin country, if there is one. Origin year, if there is one. Number of people, why? And things like that. That's what we'll do here. I'm not et cetera because we can just add whatever we want. If I limit it, if I put 3 there and I don't put et cetera, the team should assume that it's only those 3 things. Make sense? Okay. But I want it to be literally a bunch of things. So, you know, it doesn't have to, I think when you read this, it doesn't even have to be these 3. It doesn't, you don't have to write the origin country. You don't have to write the origin year. But the fact that it says these 3 and then et cetera, the team should know. You should probably write these 3 and then whatever other facts you think are useful, right? So stats about the blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And then, okay, there's something that is missing, but you're going to understand that in a moment. So I've drawn 2 pages so far. I'm not going to bother doing the about us and this and that. There's one more requirement which we're missing. Okay, you have to make titles for each of the pages. You have to have all the pages on one specific page. And this is why. I'm going to use the word wireframe to explain this. So far, we have the frames of our design. We have the designs themselves, okay, but we don't have any wires connecting them. Wires are used to connect things, right? Literally, like whether it be physically tying them together or connecting them through electricity, making things work. At the end of the day, we need to have wires. And what wires are going to be here is arrows. So if I click the button soccer, it should start from the soccer button right there, like in my arrow. Let's make it red, actually. I think that's a good design choice. Make it red. And then we'll have an arrow leading to the end of this page. Okay? So if I click soccer, it should lead to this page. Now, I could literally do that too. And I could do it for the third thing too. Or I could do it like this, right? Don't get freaked out. It's not a flow chart, okay? I can do this if I want, right? However you want to do it. Or I can just leave it like this and then write some text being like any sport can be any sport click can lead this way. Let's put the arrow right between. Should be decent. Okay, any sport click can lead this way. So that also kind of makes it clear about all 3 of them lead there. I want to do that because I want to avoid drawing too many arrows. But honestly, with this symbol design so far, arrows does probably look better. But anyhow, this arrow is the navigation. It shows the navigation. Okay, and that is a requirement for your phase 1 submission. You have to connect these designs with navigation. If I click a button, what happens? Okay, you might not just have a button that's clickable, you might have an image that's clickable. So for example, this is the thing I'm missing. You see how I can go from my homepage to my specific sport clicked page like this, right? By clicking a button. How do I go anywhere from my specific sport clicked page? That's missing, right? So we need to have some way of getting to the about us or we don't have a login here, so you know what I'm trying to say, but we need to have some way to lead back to this page or following pages like this one. So what are we going to do? What's my team going to do? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a little house. We're going to draw a little house. With a trackpad, this is okay. It looks like a gnome's head. But anyways, okay. And I'm also gonna make I'm personally gonna make the choice of making a little box around it. It looks like a cupcake actually. Okay, so there's a square around this thing. It's like a clickable button. You can't really tell that yet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a red arrow going from here back to here. And I think that shows more than enough. You click that thing, and it leads back to the homepage. And I'll give it a little title: homepage button. Homepage button. Why not, right? In fact, I think it would just be a good design choice to make this thing a little bit smaller there, right? So homepage button right there. Yeah, this is like not good, but anyways, homepage button. Cool. I can now actually leave this page. That's part of my design. So I'm gonna go over some of the requirements right now. Okay, you need to draw all your designs on one page. You need to have each of them have a title. They need to be low quality. Don't do too much quality. Okay, this doesn't actually show a general description of any sport. It just says these words. So it's very general, brief, low quality. And you also need to have arrows connecting your pages. Any button, it should be understood what it does. We did not explain what the basketball and golf buttons do specifically, but as a human being, right, you should be able to make the word's not coming, but I don't want to waste too much time thinking about it. You should be able to make the like logical connection to understand that this arrow right here and these words mean that any sport clicked can lead this way. It should mean that these two do that, right? So save some time, save some space and stuff like that. You know, detail what's necessary. And let's say you have to show the navigation between pages. That's what you need to do for your wireframes. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys one tip here, which is that if every single one of my pages after this have, you know, the homepage button, because my team wants this homepage button to be like, where did that paste? Copy. Paste. Okay. How long is this video? It's not, I don't care about the time for me personally, but anyways. Okay, if I have a homepage thing on every single page, I don't need to draw an arrow going from here anymore. Okay, like you know how before I had the red arrow going like this. I have a red arrow going like this, and then it says homepage button right there. I'm not going to do that for this one. I'm going to leave it like this. Okay, because it should be clear now that this button is a homepage button, and anywhere that it goes back to the homepage. You can draw the arrow if you want to. You can detail literally everything if you want to. It's up to you. Okay, there's only 4 requirements. All your things have to be on one page. They all have to have a title. Okay. Low quality, don't detail everything. And then every single button or clickable thing on your page should have an arrow / navigation showing what it does. Okay. And then a suggestion is that if something could use a little bit more detail, okay. Like I think this thing could use a little bit more detail, right? It's up to you. Like, hey, whatever button is clicked, blah, blah, blah. Right? Do that with an annotation, just a line like that. So that's it. This is how you guys should be doing your phase 1 designs. Yeah, let's end the video right here because I can totally drag this on. Everything was explained. Let me go back to here for a second. I did say I was going to explain the mini database thing. All I'm going to say about that is that you shouldn't worry about that for like another couple of weeks. Okay, you can program your application and then worry about the database part and literally copy paste some of your code. I'm going to explain that in another video. All I want to say for now, because this is the video you're going to see first, is that database thing. Do not honestly, you shouldn't be doing it for another couple of weeks. Don't try to do some SQL, this and that stuff, okay? Program your application without a database. If you're seeing this video, you will know that right away. I am going to make a video about that in the upcoming days, okay? So yeah, I hope everything was clear. If you have any questions, email me. Ciao. Oh, is it? I didn't stop the recording. I just stopped sharing. Okay, stop.